Hi everyone, welcome to Island Vibe Cooking with me, Rose. Today we are making this delicious lasagna roll. This is very similar to the traditional lasagna recipe, but this takes less time and it's absolutely delicious. It is a crowd pleaser. So let me show you guys how to make it. To begin, I am going to boil the pasta. So I have the water already boiling just to save ourselves some time. I am going to season it with some salt and some chicken bouillon. Add that in. I'm gonna pour the chicken bouillon in. And then now we're going to add the lasagna noodles. Just add them in there. And they should fall right in there as they getting soft. Now each noodle should be served as one serving because it's gonna be filled up with lots of cheesy meats and stuff. So add that in. I'm gonna allow that to go in real quick. And then you can give that a quick stir. Make sure everything is nicely in there, and then we're going to cover it. Now I'm not going to overcook these because they will be baking. So I am going to cook them about 4-7 minutes. So cover that real quick, allow that to cook. My pasta is nice and al dente. I am going to remove it and set it aside. Like I said, I didn't cook it for too long because I don't want to overcook the pasta. So I'm going to drain the water so it doesn't continue to cook, and then we shall make this lasagna roll-ups. Now we're going to be working on the ricotta cheese mixture. I have ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, I have some mozzarella, I have Italian seasoning here, and some fresh parsley. You can also add some fresh basil to it. I don't have any, so let's get this together. I'm going to pour in the cheese. This is mozzarella and this is Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to pour that in a bowl. Now I am going to add the ricotta cheese. I know a lot of people do not like ricotta cheese. And if you don't like it, just don't use it. It's okay. I have some fresh parsley here. I'm going to add maybe a handful of that. The rest is for the ground beef and also my Italian herbs. And of course, don't have basil. Basil will definitely take this recipe to a whole nother level. Now I'm going to mix everything together. This is going to be a nice creamy cheese mixture for the lasagna, the noodles basically. So mix that together. Once everything is well combined, you can set it aside. So this is the consistency we're looking for. As you can see, it's kind of creamy. Perfect. I am going to set that aside while I work on the meat sauce. We're going to start working on the meat sauce. So I have my skillet on medium-high heat. I'm going to drizzle some olive oil on here, about 2 tablespoons. For the ingredients, I'm using marinara sauce, some ground beef. I have onion, minced garlic, and for the seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, ground black pepper, chicken bouillon, oregano, and some salt, of course, and I have some Italian seasoning on here. So I'm going to add in my ground beef. I'm going to add that in. And we're going to break it with our wooden spoon. I like to break it right away so it doesn't clumps up into, small little. I want it to look round. So I'm going to break it as soon as I add it in there. Now we're going to keep breaking the ground beef until it's no longer pink. All of the juice is dried up, and then we can add our seasonings. All right, now we're going to add in our seasoning. Now I'm going to add some minced garlic. And also I have some onion we're going to add in. Give that a mix. It smells amazing already. All of the seasoning is caramelized right now, and it smells very, very delicious. All right, now we're going to add in our marinara sauce. Pour that in. And now I'm going to add about 1 cup of water in there and give it a mix. And then we're going to allow this to simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we can start rolling our lasagna. So I might need to add a little bit more water in there, as you can see. Now, I just realized I have chicken broth, or you can add beef broth to this. I'm going to pour half a cup of beef chicken broth in there, and then we're going to cover this, allow it to simmer for about 20 minutes on low. Our lasagna smell absolutely delicious up in here. It's smelling amazing, okay? This is about 20 minutes of boiling. It's looking good, it's smelling amazing. I am going to take it out. As you can see, the water kind of reduced a little bit. So we're going to remove it and set it aside for now. Up next, I'm going to show you guys a quick method on how to roll your lasagna rolls. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be amazing. Stay tuned.
How you been liking it, Dustin?
I love it here. I love sparring with you. I love talking trash with Claudia.
TGIF. What y'all drinking on?
Buttery Chardonnay, my go-to when it comes to spilling this tea.
1942, baby. It's been a celebration all week.
Every weekday.
Yeah. Are you gonna have any left?
How about the big bottles, Al?
How big is it? All right, let's not be sexually harassing our co-host this early in the show. Not saying we won't, it just won't be this early. On Fox Soul.
You see certain things get reincarnated in your children. My daughter is very much inspired by my wife's artistic pursuits. So my daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around. And I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
All right, guys, we have the sauce, the meat sauce, the lasagna noodles, and of course, the ricotta cheese mixture. And by now, you should preheat your oven on 350. Let me do that. Forgot. Me. Preheat that on 350. So now I have my baking dish here. I'm going to pour some of that sauce at the bottom, just a little bit, so it can have something to sit on. Just a little bit of that just for the base. Just add that right in there, just like so. Now I am going to start filling up my noodles. So I'm going to add a little bit of that ricotta cheese mixture. Make sure it's nice and flat on there. Top of my noodle. So something like that. You don't want to make it too thick where it's super thick. You can't even roll it, you know? So something like this should be okay. Spread it out. Now I'm going to add some of that sauce like this. Not too much, like I said. So you can be able to roll it with no problem. Perfect. Now we are going to just roll it. So you can see it. So it's good to not add too much. As you can see, some of it is coming out, and that's why you don't want to overfill this up. And you're going to pick that up and place it right in here. I don't know if I should place them like this. Okay, perfect. Something like this. Now this can be messy. This is a messy dish, but the flavor is to die for. So we're going to do it again. We're going to grab some of that mixture, spread it out. Oopsie. Spread it out just like this. Just a little bit more so every bite has that ricotta cheese flavor in there. I'm going to add less meat sauce this time. Now you can make this ahead of time. You can just place it in the dish, put it in the freezer or the fridge for the next day, but the freezer maybe like a couple days. You can always make this ahead of time, which is what's good about this recipe. Roll it. And I know the kids will love this recipe. This one is easier to roll because it's not as stuffed. Roll it up just like this and place it right here. Perfect. I'm going to keep going until I'm completely done with all of my lasagna noodles, and then I'll show you guys what to do next. All right, guys, I'm completely done with rolling up the lasagna noodles. They're nice and looking pretty. I'm going to add some of that sauce on top of the noodles, just a little bit, and also we're going to top it off with some cheese, obviously, just very lightly, so it can look pretty under the cheese. Now I'm going to add the cheese. Now we're not going to completely cover it with the cheese. I want that lasagna to show. I don't know, I don't want to completely cover it for some reason, but of course you can go all out if you want. It's up to you. Now I'm going to add some parsley to garnish. If you have basil, you can add that on top to garnish. And we're going to cover this with a foil to let it bake. Now I'm going to cover it nice and tight and allow this to bake for about 30 minutes on 350 degrees. Perfect. Now we wait. And this lasagna recipe, you can make up to 12 servings. Obviously, if you like one, but if you want to eat two, it's going to be probably 6 servings. All right, guys, our lasagna rolls are looking amazing. Only if you can be in here. It smells amazing. The aroma is to die for. All right, guys, time for the taste test. I am going to take it out. This is my favorite part. The best way to eat this, I suggest you let it sit for about at least 10 minutes, you know, for the cheese and all of that to get you know, so it doesn't fall apart. It's looking so saucy, you guys. Look at that. It's looking so amazing. Perfect. Let me grab a knife really quickly just so I can, ooh, having a little trouble so I can make sure it's sit there nice and pretty. And I'm going to add some more parsley on here, you know, just to make it pretty, but I can't wait to try this. It smells too good. Take a good look at this right here. Now, look at the sauce, look at the cheese, look at this whole entire thing. Like, if your mouth is not drooling right now, I don't know, because I am definitely drooling. I want to eat this right now. Time for the moment of truth, you guys. Let me just take a small bite for now. You know, off camera, I'm going to devour this whole thing, but you know, I cannot wait to try this. Yo, okay, let's give it a try. Cheers. That's my left arm. Cheers. Wow. This is just it's so saucy, just melts in your mouth. I love this. I love this so much. So much. That cheese, the sauce is so flavorful. Everything just comes out so good. Love that. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. Crowd pleaser type of dish. Must try. Up next, I have a bonus recipe for you guys. We are making this creamy lemon smothered chicken. Absolutely delicious. Stay tuned.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
How you been liking it, Dustin?
I love it here. I love sparring with you. I love talking trash with Claudia.
TGIF. What y'all drinking on?
Buttery Chardonnay, my go-to when it comes to spilling this tea.
1942, baby. It's been a celebration all week.
Every weekday.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have any left?
How about a big bottle, Al?
How big is it? All right, let's not be sexually harassing our co-host this early in the show. Not saying we won't, it's just gonna be this early.
On Fox Soul.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's gotta come home with me. Not anything but lonely. Every day with turtle is a perfect day.
I have a good recipe for you guys. Today I'm making this creamy lemon smothered chicken for you guys. Absolutely incredibly delicious. You don't want to miss it. This chicken has lots of flavor and it takes about 40 minutes to make. So the chicken is already clean. I am just patting it down with a napkin just so I can remove any moisture, any water on the chicken. Then I am going to drizzle some olive oil on the chicken, rub it in just like I'm doing, and then we are going to season with the seasoning right here. Before I start seasoning the chicken, I am going to mix all of my seasonings together. That way it could be nice and well combined. And notice there's no paprika in this recipe because I want to keep the color nice and yellowish. So you can add paprika if you like. It's not going to make or break the dish. It's just a preference of mine because I'm dealing with lemon and I wanted to keep the color kind of yellowish and not too reddish. It's just a preference, okay? And also notice I am wearing a yellow dress for today's recipe. I just feel like lemon chicken, lemon dress, they go well together. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to add the seasoning generously on the chicken. Be sure to flip it over and add more seasoning. As you can see, the chicken is nice and well seasoned, just how I like it. And then we are going to add a little bit of flour to coat the chicken with. That way we'll have a nice texture on the chicken. Be sure to flip it over and add the flour on the other side as well. Once you're done coating the chicken with the flour, it's time to sear your chicken. I am going to drizzle about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil to my cast iron. It's on medium-high heat, by the way. Then I am going to place the chicken right in. I'm going to sear the chicken for about 5 minutes per side until they're nice and golden brown, and then I am going to flip it over, allow the other side to be nice and golden brown. This is not cooking the chicken, it's just looking for a beautiful color. So once one side is nice like this, flip it over. Okay, now as you can see, I'm cooking in my kitchen and I don't know how I like it. Let me know down below if you guys like this format of me filming on my stove. Let me know. I would love to know your thoughts, so please go ahead. Once both sides of the chicken is nice and seared up, it's time to remove the chicken. Set it aside because we're about to make our smothered sauce. Okay, so set these aside. We'll use them later. Now our chicken is looking absolutely beautiful. I am going to set these aside. Moving on, I am going to use the same skillet and add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter in there. And also I'm going to add in my onions. I am going to allow the onion to fragrance a little bit. Then I am going in with 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Add that in, give that a stir. It's smelling amazing. I love the smell of garlic. Don't know why, I just love the smell of it. Then I'm going to add in some pepper flakes. Yes, yes, yes. This is going to add a little bit of kick, okay? It's not going to make it spicy at all. So I'm going in with the remaining of the flour that I was using. Add that in, give it a stir. Now, this part is very crucial. You have to cook the flour for about at least 3 to 4 minutes. You want to remove that raw flour taste so it doesn't taste just raw, okay? So I'm going to cook that for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we are going in with the heavy cream. As you can see, I am stirring as I'm pouring in the heavy cream, so keep that in mind. This is very important because we don't want to form any lumps, so keep stirring it as you're pouring it in. All right, once you're done, you are going to grab your chicken broth or chicken stock. It doesn't matter. Pour that in. You can even add water if you don't have none of these, but of course the chicken broth give it a nice flavor. So yeah, be sure to use that if you can. I'm going to add that in same way. Just keep stirring it and pour in the chicken broth. Once I'm done pouring in my chicken broth, it's time to add my chicken bouillon base. You can add chicken bouillon, but this right there is chicken bouillon base. It's pretty much the same thing, okay? Add that in for nice flavor. Then this right here is another perfect flavor profile for your dish. It's Dijon mustard. Add that in, give it a stir, and then we are going to place our chicken right in. All right, so I'm going to place the chicken in. I'm adding some lemon slices in there. Don't worry, it's not going to be sour. It's going to have a nice lemony flavor, but not sour in a bad way. Add some fresh parsley on there, cover it, allow that to simmer on medium-low heat for about 30 minutes. Now, 30 minutes later, this is what you have. A beautiful, creamy lemon chicken. Oh, it's so good. This is actually one of my favorite dishes to make because I love me a lemony chicken. I had to flip the chicken over here and there just to make sure it was cooked evenly. But there you have it. I hope you try this. 10/10. I recommend, one of my favorite dishes to make, okay? Now it's time for me to plate this dish, my favorite part, because I was starving that day. I didn't eat nothing all day. This is about like lunchtime, perfect timing, right? And yeah, I'm going to pour that creamy sauce on top. I am going to garnish it with some fresh parsley and some lemon. And you guys, this was so bomb. It was so good. Ooh, it was good. It was so delicious. Try it out and let me know. Come back and comment. Let me know how you like this dish, okay? And if you get to this point of the video, you have not hit it with a thumbs up yet, please give it a thumbs up. That lets me know you are enjoying my recipes and I should continue making more of these. Also, let YouTube know that more people need to watch this. So please help your sister out. Give it a thumbs up for me. Thank you. Okay guys, the food is ready and I'm extremely excited to try it. I made myself a side of white rice because you need some good rice to eat with this amazing chicken, okay? So let's give it a try. Alrighty. Oof, it looks good. Looks good. Let's see if it tastes as good as it looks. Get some rice in there. Let's try. Let me tell you, this 10/10, okay? 10/10, you got to try it. It's so flavorful. You don't really need that much to make this recipe. That's what's good about it. Chicken is so tender, so flavorful. Wow, it's so tender, literally coming off really tender. Wow, and you can taste the lemon a little bit. It's not overpowering. Perfect balance. Wow, amazing. Follow me on Instagram. Also, this recipe will be found on my Facebook page, Island Vibe Cooking. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Island Vibe Cooking. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you on the next recipe. Bye, guys.